Hello, welcome back to ADHD Fabrication, where we're building the world's first mid-engine rear-wheel drive VR6 powered EF Honda Civic. And in today's episode, we're trying to figure out what to do with all of this. More excitingly, we get to hear the first start of the Volkswonda. I just didn't know it yet at the time of recording this intro. Like, subscribe, share me with your grandma, and enjoy. Okie dokie, we got the entire harness out of the Honda Civic chassis. This is the whole thing, and then we've got a coil there, a bundle there, a pile there, and the engine's already completely plugged in. So the fact that there's no engine harness in that pile doesn't really mean anything. This monster is like 4 or 5 times the size of this 1990s EF Honda Civic wiring harness. Not that I'm super surprised, but I really should have picked something easier to work on for the first time. Nah, never mind. These are the sacrifices we make so we can have cool things. But alright, dash is out obviously. If you ever question my fabrication ability, keep in mind that this is factory in a 1991 EF Honda Civic. I think they put this thing in a vise and bent it with a hammer, and that's how they got it to its shape. I think my fabrication ability is fine. But now that we have the entire harness out, what that means is that we can start integrating this one. I think where I want to start is the ECU. So let's see where all this wiring wants to live. Alrighty, I don't even know what the last thing you saw me do was. It probably was when I started cutting a hole in the firewall, or what used to be the firewall, I guess. Which then spiraled into me needing to figure out getting a clutch master connected, which ended up involving welding that little tab on that you can see on the left there, and mounting the Volkswagen clutch master cylinder right there to the firewall. But the clutch pedal itself is set up, aside from a reservoir, which is in the mail and should be here tomorrow. And then aside from that, we started getting all of these wires and plugs through our little access port that we cut ourselves down there. There used to be a hole down there for a very small bundle of wires, and the hole was about this big. I needed to just expand the hole. And then on the side of the hole is where I've got the master cylinder mounted. Kind of a tedious process of what I've been calling remixing the wiring harness. So as you saw, there was a whole bunch up there that I had to cut the loom off of, and the reason for that is because I needed as much distance as possible for this plug, because that's pretty important. I got the Honda steering wheel modified so that it fits this blinker doohickey from the Volkswagen, and the clock spring is connected in there, so it will actually have a horn and everything. I rewired the horn to where it will work, and then from there I've just been remixing any set of wires that I need to make longer, and then I'm hoping for the best. I still don't even know this is gonna be long enough, but I sure hope so. Switch to working on the radiator and getting those fans on, because we need the fans here to know where the plugs go, to know where the wiring goes, to know where I should mount the box, to know where the battery should go. It all kind of works in line. So let's get this in.
Shake hands with danger.
Yeah, pull out of my grid, talking your matches, you want. Yeah, pull out of my grid, talking your matches, you want that on my face. On it on me, got me dancing, clinking some glasses, bottles of rum on the way. Stealing my shit now, copy my shit now. Hating on me now, what would I got now? Came here to fuck some shit up. People they asking what I do for fun. Drinking, I smoke cause the rest of me know. Refresh when I wake so I go drink some more. Please don't go talking to me like you paying. Gonna come on, you should watch what you saying. Making like work at a training. Preparing myself that we'll see once we made it. Yeah, yeah, pull out of my grid, talking your matches. You want that on my face. On it on me, got me dancing, clinking some glasses, bottles of rum on the way. Stealing my shit now, copy my shit now. Hating on me now, what would I got now? 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 Yeah, pull out of my grid, talking your matches. You want that on my face. On it on me, got me dancing, clinking some glasses, bottles of rum on the way. Stealing my shit now, copy my shit now. Hating on me now.
You guys lost a whole day because I wanted to get a whole bunch of work done yesterday. I was on a pretty tight time crunch in order to get this video out, so filming was pretty sporadic here in the end. There were a couple of things that were kind of important that I filmed, but I'm just gonna kind of gloss over them. We went through and did everything you're seeing on this list. We got the gas tank in, the battery in. I took apart the old Honda axles so that I could use the stubs of the axle to hold the wheel bearings in the front together. So I made like a wheel bearing bolt. I routed all sorts of wiring, I zip tied stuff up. And then about 95% of everything else you're seeing on the list that I'm not crossing off, I got done before the first start. I'm just gonna go ahead and skip us forward so we can see some action. Alright, I skipped a whole bunch of stuff and I still have to wire the map sensor, but we are going to try to start it and see what it does. I think I'm gonna give this a shot, I guess. I don't know what else to do. Check brake pads. I feel like it's not primed the fuel. Pump.
So I'm wondering if it's flashing, please refuel, or you still too low?
Start with simple shit, you ready? Check for the keyboard.
Skanks.
You're just calling a skank?
It said skanks.
I think you're just calling a skank.
Are you multiple?
Okay, sounds like we tried something there. I think you might be on this back.
It's
like,
reading like a eighth of the tank, no?
okay. Crank on it for a second. There's fuel. Alright, we have fuel to the motor now. It should start immediately. thing, but I would think it was through by now.
No, it was not. Yeah, it's gonna do a lot of that. But, I mean, I'd say that's verification enough to know that with a math, it'll probably run.
That was 2,000 RPM.
So you can actually go drive it.
I mean, technically, I could go take it down the road, but half sensor for sure before I take it on an official test drive. Dude, it felt stout though. It felt like I was driving a Civic. Weirdly, it didn't feel any different. It just felt like I was driving a Civic at first. Aside from everything, you know, you ignore all of the senses and the burning exhaust and the fucking loud noise and whatnot. I mean, I do need to adjust or take out a little bit more of the shifter or something, because I can't quite reach reverse. I don't know if that's just because it's worn in a little bit where I put it. I definitely could previously, like I checked it.
I thought I noticed, did you have to reach back to put it in reverse?
I had to push it down a slight bit, which means it's not getting far enough over. So I'm going to have to like shave the ring more on that side that I already shaved. Or what's possible is the thing inside is contacting. In which case I'd have to get in there and like cut a hole in the side of the box or cut the thing off maybe, because it technically does have more for the lockout.
Or get a shifter box.
Yeah. And yes, I need to buy a shifter box, but like for right now, it's definitely not happening. Yeah, so I'm literally like MAF sensor, I guess the speaker wiring away from taking it for a test drive. Okay, there you have it. You can put a VR6 in the back of a Honda, you can make it run, and you can make it drive. I only drove like the equivalent of 3 feet forward and backward, but I mean it drove under its own power. Which is an incredibly exciting thing, seeing as how I'm less than a year into this project. Although we still have a lot of stuff to do before we have this car completely smoothed out, because I want full interior, full sound system, AC, all the accoutrement in it. We are very close to being able to test drive this thing and then take it to some races before this summer's over. Which is extremely exciting to me because when I started this project, I certainly didn't think I'd be able to drive it within a year of starting. So, in the next episode, we'll wire the MAF sensor, we'll go through and flesh a couple of other random things out, and then we're taking this thing on the road and test driving it, which is kind of surreal. The Volkswonda lives! Thank you for joining me. Please like, share, subscribe. Share this with somebody else who will be interested in cars and cool swaps like this. And remember, don't let your meat loaf.